Okay. So I guess I'll wait to see if anyone comes in. Hey, Patty, I sent you a message. I had a question. Hey, Paula. Hi, Michelle. All my mods. Hi, Angie. I'm just waiting to see if a few others come in before I start. I've only went live a minute ago. Okay. Thanks, Patty. Hi, Linda. How are you? Anybody else crafting, or what's everybody doing? Sandra, I thought you were in the kitchen. I saw your post. Anybody feeling closed in yet? I figured I'd come on and just finish up this book. There's not much left to do on it. Hi, Lizzie. How are you doing? Well, there's no fun in that, Patty. Working on my big steampunk journal and cutting out things for Paula. Nice. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. Hi, Carla. I kept debating whether I wanted to finish this up today or just do something else. I did start a doily book. Not sure how that's going. But I said I would do everything in this book on live. So that's why I wanted to finish it up. So what's the weather like everywhere else? Here it's like 55, no sun. All the snow's gone that I got yesterday. And I think it's supposed to be somewhere in the 50s all week. This coming, the rest of the week. Chilly and drizzly there. Did you see the stick pin lace book I made? I didn't see it, Lizzie. Did you put up a video? I'm not getting all of my notifications. It won't let me. Okay. let me, before I start, let me go to YouTube and bring up, because that's the only way I can do it is if I bring up my, whoop, well, forgot to mute that one. Let's see. Go to channel. Okay, I'm putting it in my watch later now. There. I don't know why I'm not getting all my notifications, but it seems like YouTube is, hi Kathy, is just, hi Lori. It's just making changes and some of them don't make sense. Like if somebody goes live, it doesn't even show up on my timeline. And if I see the live button on next to their name in my, subscriptions, I have to actually click them on, go to their channel, and then click on the video. So I don't get it. I just don't get it. So anyway, I guess I could get started. Like I said, I don't have too much to do. So you guys keep chatting. Right, Lori? Yeah, you have to search. I mean, when someone went live and you were subscribed to them, it would come right up on your, feed when you hit the subscription box. Now they don't. And that's not right because then, you can miss out on watching somebody you usually watch. All I see is your white journal. You mean what I have in front of me? Or not sure what you mean, Kathy, or the one in the picture? I don't know why that picture is my background for my channel page. That was my very first fabric book that I ever made, and I used it as my background. Hi, Linda. And I'm not sure why, because it does take a picture before I get into the go live thing. But anyway, so I'm just going to go to each page if I'm going to do anything last minute to it, and then I'll do that, and then I will just glue down, permanently a few places that I didn't as I was doing each page, and then that's basically it. So on the cover here, let me move this back a little bit. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, this was just sitting here. Okay. So this is the cover, and the only thing I think I want to do is add one more flower with a bling piece to finish it off, like right here. So I'm going to make the flower and see how that comes out. And then I'll glue it down if I like how it looks. So let me, and this is from one of Crafty Me Shop trims, and I'm just going to layer them, but I want to take off the excess netting first. And I might not be on camera for that, but that's okay. So I'm thinking right there. And then I have this. This is just from a piece of fabric from my stash. I was going to kind of just make it a little bit dimensional and then put one more on top of that. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Okay, so let me do that first. Let me move that over. And I have my glue gun on. And I forgot to, oh well, I'll just do it on the table. No big deal. Make sure I have this right. Just put a little bit in the middle. And then I think I'm just going to put that there. And I took out a larger rhinestone button, and I think I'm going to put that there and then call the cover done. Like that. I don't know why, but I felt like that was just, I don't know. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't know if it really adds any more to it. It's kind of like that question of, okay, isn't enough too much or whatever. All right, I'm going to leave that for now because I'm really not sure. I think it's not that it doesn't look done. I'm just not sure that maybe it's the placement of it. Well, and it could be the pink in the middle is kind of, well, no, it matches. So I don't know if it's just, I don't know. Let's see. Well, you know what? I'm going to put it there, and I'm only going to put some glue in the middle. So if I end up wanting to take it off at some point, I will. I'll just take it off. But I think, I don't know why this little area seemed like it was bare. Okay, well, leave it like that for now. All right, so then on the next page, which is the pocket page here, the only other thing, I didn't want to do a lot to this because I'll be putting something in the pockets for whoever gets this. And the only other thing I was thinking of is finishing up with this down in the bottom, like that. So I'm going to do that. Oh, thank you. I see relief. Do you have a do you want to share your first name? All right, so I feel like that's done. This page is done. I can't think of anything else to do on this page. So that page is done. And these two pages also. I think I don't want to just start putting things on. Let me just have to move this over here. I don't want to start putting things on just to add things on. I don't think the whole page has to be covered. The only thing that I had considered doing was putting the tiny pearls in the middle here, but um, the little dot in the middle is already dimensional, so I don't know how well they would stick, but let me see. Oh, Ileana. Okay. I don't know why I thought your YouTube channel was your name. All right, so let's see. How are you doing, Ileana? All right, let's put one of these in the middle here, see what it looks like. Maybe, yeah, okay. All right. I'm going to do that because the details make a difference, the tiny little details, I think, anyway. So now I have to get a toothpick, so bear with me for a minute. And just a piece of paper to put the liquid stitch on. All right, so have the liquid stitch. I'm gonna have to move this up even more so I can bring up the book a little bit, have some room. Which way do I want to go? This way. I keep forgetting my camera is like the opposite of what you're seeing. All right, so let's put some glue down. Okay. So while I'm doing this, I want to mention in the description box, there are some links, and one of them is to Patty Lane Sacred Mementos. And if you don't know Patty, she sells on her channel every Monday And Thursday night, along with Michelle Scott. And this Thursday night, she is having a special fun night planned. So you don't want to miss it. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to be a customer appreciation time. So I hope you will join us because we're going to have fun. Normally either my name or, okay, I'm on my work cell phone. I've spent my day speaking with patients with, oh, and I'm making face masks for my doctor's office. Oh, you're welcome, Patty. Yeah, so that's going to be a fun night. I have another friend, Ileana, that's making face masks for her office too. I don't know why I just did that. I'm not concentrating. I just put all the little pearls back. And I haven't even used them yet. Does anybody else feel kind of, what's a word for it? Like oh no, I did. See? What is going on? I did put them on. Yes, it is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. Can't wait. But yeah, I was going to ask, is anybody feeling like, I'm not sure what the right word for it would be, not disassociated, but I don't know, like, it's just weird. And I know it's like mentally, because I'm usually home all day long anyway. So what's been going on for me as far as having to stay indoors isn't really that, you know, far off from what I normally do anyway. I'm just going to let this set for a little bit before I turn the page so nothing sticks. I got to make sure that um, liquid stitch is at least dry enough so that they're not going to come off. So anyway, yeah, I can't think of the right word, Patty. Um, it's just really weird. And I know it's psychological. It's definitely like psychological. But it's almost like you can't help it. Like today, I was so indecisive in what I wanted to do. And it's not like I don't have anything to do. I just got a new book that I've been waiting for, on pre-order on my Kindle from one of my favorite authors. I could do that. Just craft on something else. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to go live to finish this book. But I don't know. I mean, the only difference for me, or large difference, is the fact that my grandkids are home from school and my son and my daughter-in-law are working from home. My daughter can't work because she's a dental hygienist, and they closed her office. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. Yeah, no focus. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like it too. It's like I'm having a hard time focusing on any one thing, right? Yes, Michelle. Now we have, like, if we're home anyway, it's like now we have all the time to do whatever we want, and yet we can't figure out what we wanna do. It's just really weird isn't the word for it. Alright, so I think this is dry enough. And then you worry about people, my daughter-in-law's mom, she's a nurse, and she's right now taking care of she's in the pediatric ward of her hospital, and she's taking care of a little girl that has the virus, and we're all worried about her, and we can't, see her. She's like one of my best friends here, a local best friend. We've gotten very close since my son and my daughter-in-law got married 14 years ago, and her and I have gotten really close. We're like one big family, and the feeling like when you can't see somebody. I know, Ileana, but I'm doing well as far as like watching all the news. I'm trying not to because I've just come to the conclusion that you don't know what's true, what isn't true, what's speculation and all that. So I've actually been kind of hiding from the news because you do have to wonder if the media is just trying to scare everybody, and but not to get off in on that tangent. So let me go to the next page, but that's just how I feel. All right, there's absolutely nothing else to do on the flower page. Nothing. And there's nothing to do on this page either. Um, I don't know if I should have added a little more color than all this beige, but on the other hand, I felt like if I did where the images is so her dress and her hat are so busy, um, I just didn't see. I mean, this piece behind here is a really pale pink. So, I mean, there's a tiny touch of color, but I don't think adding any more color will help it. Uh, oh, thanks, Ileana. Yeah, this is that I call it a flower trellis fabric from Crafty Me. And I knew when I saw it in the sale that night, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. I have home health care people coming in. I'm terrified of who they may have come into contact with. Yeah, I understand, Linda, but I feel like they're the ones that probably know the most and make sure they have the most protection because they don't want to get sick either. So I'd feel more comfortable being with someone like that than just somebody, that you come across on the street or something, I guess. Oh, thanks, Sandra. So yeah, and then we have the back. And I normally always leave the back alone, but hold on. So I'm just going to put one of my handmade, well, I have it here on the back page. And then that will finish front and back covers. The only other thing I was going to do before I started gluing down permanently was I had been thinking about on this, which trim was it? On this trim here, I was thinking of adding. I normally always add my clay flowers somewhere in my projects, and I didn't. I didn't with this one. So I was going to see how it would look if I added, I guess I would have to add these, but no, actually I could do green. But I think as much as I'd like to do that, I don't know if it would end up being two-dimensional because if I did them, I'd have to go around each and every, all around it. So I don't know. It would definitely add something to it. Oh, thanks, Michelle. I wanted it to be different, so I think I achieved that. All right. I don't think I'm going to do that. If I do, it'll be the one thing I end up not doing on camera because it's going to take a lot more room than what I have here right now. But as of right now, I don't think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do the last thing that I do, and that is to go around and check to make sure everything's glued down. I think you might have told me this already, but where do you get the mini flowers? Well, I was getting them. I first started out getting them on eBay, and then I I don't know if they stopped making them or selling them, but from China or Hong Kong, and then I found them on Alley, and I've been getting them there, but I haven't had to purchase them in a long time because I use them so much, I purchased quite a few of them in the different colors. So, but yeah, all as you do is if you go to those sites, and I don't know if if you even want to try to buy from there right now, or maybe after all this is over. You just type in, they're actually nail art pieces. So I just type in tiny clay flowers dash nail art, and then they usually come up. I've been asked that like probably ever since I started using them. Oh, I bet at least like 50 times. Everybody says, "Where do you get those?" So that's where I get them. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is go around um, to the embellishments and check and see if I want to add a little more glue anywhere. And that would be like, this is open and these beads have threads because they're hand beaded. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue so I don't lose the beads. Try to get the glue strings off my fingers. Oh, I love using those, Ileana. All right, so a little bit on here. And it doesn't take much glue, just you want to make sure that you get those into the material or fibers, and then you don't have to worry about it ever coming off. And I might have to move this around a bit so I can see what I'm doing here. But I'm basically putting it on the threads so I don't lose those beads. And then just making sure they go into the fibers of that material. All right, this is on pretty good because I was sure I wasn't going to be moving that around. All right, so I think I'll just add one little dab so it doesn't flop around. And then this is down really good. These are down okay. All right, so I'm going to check. I'm going to add just a little bit on the top here. You probably can't see, maybe go this way. Just a little bit, a really tiny thin line to keep that down. Okay. And all right, under here too, just a little bit. And just one on that top one. That will keep all that down. Just a little bit there. Okay, so the rest of it's pretty secure. So that's done. And then everything here is pretty secure because I outlined everything with the trim. So there's nothing to do to this page. Okay, this page, making sure. Now see, this is open, so let me add a little bit to those thread lines. Because I don't want to lose any of those beads either. And then just a little bit to the edge here. Oh, thanks, Michelle. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, actually. All right, then feeling under here where you can't really, won't be able to see the glue. I'm going to add just a line under there. Get that down there. All the flowers are on securely. Let me just then go under here. Right, so we're gonna just kind of just do a little bit, make sure that's all secure. On the side here. Okay. And I'm going to add a little bit to this one. Just right there a little bit. And just on the tip of that. Okay. Get that off of there. Okay, that's on secure. That's on, well, maybe put one little middle here. All right, so that's all secure. Okay, this one I know I just loosely put some things down, so excuse me. So this might need a little bit more. I'm going to do it around the edges because the material in between is a pretty open weave, and I don't want the glue coming through. So we'll do a little bit on the edges. That's okay. That's pretty secure. Just a little bit there. And a little bit there at the top. That's down there pretty good. Okay. And then just on the sides here. In the corner. And then that's not going to go anywhere. Oh, thanks, Paula. All right, so that's, oh, let me just put this one little bit here, and that will keep that from moving around. There. All right, and this page, like everything's, other than on the bottom, everything's down pretty good. So just add a little bit on the corner here. Keep that down. A little bit on the side because you won't be able to see it. And then a little bit around the outline of the roses. So I think that's okay. I don't want to put it there because then the glue is going to come up through. All right, under here, it's not going to show. Oh, thanks, Sandra. I just want everyone to be different. That's all. I just want them all to be different. All right, so this is on here. This isn't going anywhere. And I think, see, we need to, or I need to put some there, but all the rest of it is on pretty good. So let me do a little bit on the corner where the threads are here, because this is all hand beaded too. And I don't want to lose any of those pearls. Yeah, and I'm not in frame. Oh, thanks, Ileana. All right, and then put a little bit along the stem there. This one's on really well, but I'm going to put a little bit on the corner here just to keep that all down. And then on the corner here. And it's okay to put glue wherever it's not going to show. But I like to keep the glue hidden as much as I can. So I think that takes care of that. Maybe I didn't put that on there. And then, oh, I know, I just kind of tacked this on, the tatting. So let me add a couple little drops. Oop. Gotta remember to keep looking. It won't do any good if you can't see what I'm doing, right? All right, press that down. That's going to bend. And see, as long as you get that little bit of glue in the fibers and that, you don't need a lot and it won't go anywhere. So I think this is pretty well, that's pretty well done too. So I think that's it. The only other thing I have to do, which I won't do on camera, is to take my heat gun and just go over it quick to make sure there are no glue strings, because those drive me crazy too. So I guess that is it for this book. And that's not bad, less than an hour. Not sure what else to do, unless anybody wants to talk for a few minutes. That would be good. And I'll mention again that if you weren't on when I mentioned it earlier, Patty Lang, Sacred Mementos, and there's a link in my description box. This Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is having a customer appreciation night. and it's going to be a lot of fun. There'll be some shopping, some giveaways, um, all kinds of stuff. So I hope you guys will come and join in. And I just want to say thank you to everyone too that's come and watched the series with me as I made the book. Oh, thank you, everyone. I did start a doily book, and I wanted to do. Now I've done doily books where on the bot here. I'll move this out of the way for a minute. I've done doily books where I've used um, embroidered trims down the bottom to hang, but that's how I hung them, was just on the bottom. But this time I found some images that I could I could do that, but if I put them up a little higher, it looked almost like it's a dress. So this is what I'm working on now, just to show you. So this is the cover, and I'll put something, here and around here. But I wanted it to be like a continuation of their dress. Oh, thanks, Linda. Oh, sure, Angie. Just give me a minute, and I'll show the book before I end the broadcast. So, anyways, this is the cover, and then this will be a pocket page, and I didn't do anything on this side. And then here's the next image, and I know it's funny because in the Crafty Me Shop group, I started this like last week sometime. Didn't and it this takes me a long time because of my hands and my fingers, not really cooperating. To do the running stitches on these takes me a really long time. And so that took me, I only did like, a couple at a time, because it really bothers my fingers and my hands. So the other day I saw Ivy Ling put up a picture of a photo of something that she made. And I forget, I don't know if it was a wall hanging, but she did something similar, and it is gorgeous. And I thought, oh my gosh, I hope she doesn't think I'm copying her. But I'm sure if I tell her that, hopefully she'll be okay with that. But yeah, it looks like we both had kind of the same idea, because she did the same thing. Her image was beautiful too. But I had to work with smaller images because of, there's not a lot of room on these doilies. So that's this next page. And then here's the next page. And I don't have any green, um, just green that I could use. So it does have this periwinkle color in it. But because of her, I just figured that's the top. This could be kind of like the skirt. And with the green in the vines, like right there, I don't know how it's showing, but that's green. So there's that one. And then there's this one. And it'll be fuller on the other side too when I get the other side done. And so this is this one here. And then this will be either another pocket, or it'll be a flower page. And then this is the last one. And she's got some lavender and cream. And I didn't have any more lavender, so I just went with the cream. But I'll try to find some type of lavender embellishment to put here. This was the only one I wasn't sure of because of the way the image, it didn't show much of her. And she's kind of like on the side, but I think it'll work out once I finish embellishing. So when it's put together, it makes it it makes it pretty full like that. So that's what I started working on. They would make pretty wall hangings too, Michelle, but I thought, and maybe I will. Maybe I'll make them into, well, one of them would be a double-sided one. That's the only one that would be double-sided, though. Um, I could make I could just make, like, 6 wall hangings or something. But it'll depend on how I end up embellishing it too. So that's really the only other thing I have in the works. I need to do some, paper crafting too. Some journaling and paper crafting. Oh, thanks, Angie. Oh, you wanted to see the fabric book, right? Okay. And then, I will probably I will probably call it a day. All right, so here's the, front cover. Oh, thanks, Paula. I may just do that instead of trying to make it into a doily album, because I'm not sure how it's gonna end up with all that, embroidered, trim at the bottom. So you open it up, and then this is a pocket page here, and there's 2 pockets. There's a smaller one here, and then there's a larger one here, or longer one, wider one. And so that's that page, and then this is the first image page. And all the, appliques are from, Crafty Me Shop. And I used a pearl trim on each of the images. And then here's the next page. And some of the trims were from Crafty Me also. And then here's the next page. And these are all dry now. And then here's the flower page right here. And then this is the last image page. And then here's the back. And then it ties off with, I found in my stash, some really pretty pink satin ribbon. So, and I think in the description box, there's a link to my email. And if anybody's interested, this will be for sale. So you can email me if you are interested. So that's it. That's the finished fabric book. So I think I'm going to call this done. Oh, thanks, Angie. And I will say goodbye. And I'm not sure what my next live will be or when. I mean, I'm going to try to make it soon. What's today? Today's only Tuesday. Maybe before the end of the week, do one more and start a new project. And it'll probably be some type of paper journaling project, because I need to get back into that now. I want to keep going, kind of back and forth. So yeah, that's it. I hope everybody has a really nice afternoon and evening, and I hope you'll catch Patty's Live on Thursday and join us for some fun. And just hang in there and stay home, at least as much as you can, and just do some crafting. So thanks, everyone. See you Thursday. Bye for now.